Hello everyone. Today we're going to be making this card, which will probably seem very familiar to you who have the Occasions Mini. It's my adaptation of this card, or my interpretation of this card. They used a different stamp set and a few different little embellishments, different colors. Some are similar, some are different. And I've kind of added a few things here and there, like the lines in the leaves, and I did an inside. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and let's get started. Alright, so first what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what materials we're going to be using. We are going to be using a piece of certainly celery cut at 4 by 8 and scored at 4. We're going to be using a piece of very vanilla cardstock cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm going to be using another piece of very vanilla cardstock. Just all it has to be is big enough to punch out the flower using the blossom punch. And I actually already stamped that image down, and I'll talk to you about that in a moment. We're also going to be using a piece of Baja Breeze, and that is cut at, well, that's cut at 3 3/2. Again, it just has to be big enough, a scrap piece big enough to cut this blossom out. I'm using 2 pieces of wild wasabi. They just have to be scraps big enough to cut out the 1 3/4 by 7/8 inch oval punch, which is called the large oval in the catalog. A piece of Blushing Bride, and I've already used the Adorning Accents edgelets die and the embossing folder to emboss it and cut it, kind of cutting out some time of this video. And this measures 7/8 by 4 inches long. A piece of the 3/8 pleated satin ribbon, and this is in the Baja Breeze, and this is cut to 4 inches long. And a piece of the Calypso coral baker's twine, and this is cut to about 12 inches long. And those are the bits and pieces we're going to be using. So let's get started on this project. You're going to notice that I have my stamp, my Courtney Kaiser stamp for Stampin' Up on it, so just kind of try and ignore that. Alright, so I use a little bit of glue to adhere the Blushing Bride to the outside of the body of the card. Hoping that all this work is in the photo or in the video. And just stick it down. And if you have any overhang, you can cut that off. And right now I'm going to punch out my ovals. Alright, and I used the Always Artichoke Stampin' Right marker, the small tip pen part of it. And I just freehand drew in my lines for the veins of the leaf. If you want to be real specific about it, you can use a ruler or do however you feel like doing it, but I think no leaf is perfect when you look at it in nature. Now, I already used the mixed bunch stamp set to punch this out, and it's this stamp. I used the, I didn't punch it out, I'm sorry, I used the Regal Rose ink to stamp the image down. This is what that looks like. This is what that set looks like, and it coordinates well with the blossoms punch. Okay. So now I'm just going to punch that image out. You want to line it up as best you can. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and punch this one out as well with the Baja Breeze. And I'm going to use a little bit of repositionable adhesive to stick my two blossoms together so that I can punch a little hole out in the center. And I'm just going to use a paper punch. Okay, and I'm going to use one of these blue buttons from the, this was a Sale-A-Bration item, or is a Sale-A-Bration item that I got free for $50 spent through regular catalog or the OM, the Occasions Mini. And I'm going to take my Calypso Coral Baker's Twine. I am going to put one end of it through one of the holes out the front. So take it through the front and put the other end through the other hole. Just kind of drop it down. And one side needs to be a bit longer than the other one because it's going to wrap all the way around. And you'll drop them through the hole. So you pull it like that. Tie the knot. Okay. Alright, you take a little bit of glue. And just position the leaves wherever you like them. And using the thanks stamp from the Thank You Kindly stamp set, which looks like this, I'm going to tap, tap, tap it in the Regal Rose first, and then I'm going to rock and roll it in the Marina Mist. So, and you'll notice I got stuff in my ink pads. It doesn't seem to matter. Okay. Get it nice and inked up, and then rock and roll it in the Marina Mist. And just stamp it down. Line it up to wherever you like it, and stamp it down. Comes out like that. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is take some glue dots and just kind of keep it, it'll help keep this in place so it's not wobbling everywhere. Okay, there we go. So it's not going to shift everywhere. It'll be just like that. Alright, no shifting, no moving. Alright, now we're going to do the inside. And to do that, I use a mask. So I just took a piece of regular typing paper and I pulled it in half. I just sort of tore it. So it did this little ridgy kind of thing, and this is just a piece of scrap paper that I've used. I'm basically recycling. Alright, and you're just gonna, you'll be able to see the cardstock from the bottom portion, and you just kind of want to leave a little bit of a gap between where the color is going to go and the white on the bottom, and then you'll have plenty of room in the white on the top. So you're just kind of slip it in, and I've basically just, this I'm going to keep, so it's I may need to replace it someday in the future, but right now it's fine. And I'm just going to use the, where'd it go? My Marina Mist ink. And you can use a Stampin sponge, or I'm using one of these Tim Holtz sponges. And you're just going to ink it up real well. And because I'm left-handed, I'm going to shift mine. For you right-handed people, it may be better if you hold it in the other direction. But you'll want to hold it still because it will shift. The cardstock will shift, so get a good grip and hold it still. And then just sponge the ink on. And mine is actually going a little heavy in some spots, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. We'll just change the look a little bit. And you'll slide it back out. going to look like that. So it's going to look like, kind of like you've got a piece of paper there, but not. Alright. Okay, now you're going to use this stamp from the Bordering on Romance stamp set, which you can get from the Occasions Mini, and some Jet Black StazOn ink, and I'm gonna do 3 of these. Okay, get it nice and inked up in the StazOn, and just stamp the images down. And I like to rotate mine a little bit for the center one. Rotate it again. And stamp it down. Okay. And I am going to color these in using the Blushing Bride and Pear Pizzazz. And you'll just color in the leaves with the Pear Pizzazz. Okay. And you'll color in the blossoms, the flowers, with the Blushing Bride. Alright, and the next step is to stamp this So Very Much stamp from the Outlined Occasions stamp set, which you can get through Sale-A-Bration right now with any $50 purchase. Ink it up real well in the Regal Rose, and then rock and roll it in the Marina Mist. Okay, and then just kind of try and center it as best you can. Stamp it down. It's a little off center, but it looks good. Adhere it to the inside. There we go. Give that score line a little fold. And there we go. Beautiful. Alright. This was fun as usual, and I hope you all had fun. Until next time.